Setting goals as young African people. What does it take to set a goal? What is even a goal? Young people, we don't even keep diaries. Getting materials on how I can grow mentally, staying focused, building a set of critical thinking, a discipline in problem solving. But if we don't have clear set of goals as to where we are going, we won't even know who to keep around us. 5 years from now, as a young man, maybe I'm single, I want to start up a family. As a young lady, I feel like 5 years from now, I should have been done with my academics. How can we earn more? We can only earn more when we become more. Hello, guys, and welcome. Once more, it's Mr. Calvin Supreme. On today's episode of this podcast, we'll be talking about setting goals. Setting goals as young African people. What does it take to set a goal? What is even a goal? Is it even possible to set and leave a goal? Yes, I know those are very, very pertinent questions that sometimes we ask ourselves. All right. A goal is like a roadmap to where we are going for. Think about a builder who just comes, start digging pillars without having a blueprint of a house they are trying to build. Of course, we'll have rooms without windows. We'll have doors that leads to nowhere, or doors that leads to everywhere in the house. That is how our lives without a blueprint, of course, is expected to be. So when we talk of goals, we need to have very clear goals to help us navigate through the journey of life. We have to have goals in the set of our careers, in the set of our relationships, in the set of our personal development, in the set of our community give back, and in the set of the world globally as how we look at it. A person without a financial goal will be so good at their career and messed up in their relationships. A person with, my relationship might end up living life all about relationship and has a very poor financial history. Think about a young African parent, couple just living together. Without clear specific goals, we realize that we yoke ourselves 2 years, 5 years, 10, 15, we become very old and we don't have anything to show up for. I'm a student going to school. What are my academic goals? What are the grades I want to have? What are the quality of my success academically I want to set? I just finished from school and I'm available in the job market. Where do I want to work? How do I want to work? What do I want to earn? These are all very important things for us as young Africans to be able to set them as a guide, as a compass that will enable us to navigate through. See, life is hard. Life is more hard in Africa. And if we don't equip ourselves as young people to go through this life in this environment we find ourselves and anywhere we find ourselves as a whole, we realize that we will accomplish very little. What will we gain? Or what benefit will it be that we have just this one life, that we could make it as glamorous as we desire, and we go through it with quiet desperation? Why? Because we don't know where we are coming from. We are not clear as to where we are. Talk less of where we are going to. So I think it's very expedient for us as young people to be able to have set of goals that addresses every area of our life. Let's take, for instance, our financial life. How much is my worth? Of course, it's represented in your bank account. Some, we don't even have accounts. We are 18, 21, 25, 30, 35, and we don't have a bank account. How do we keep track of our financial history? That could be a goal. That could even be more of a challenge. Staying still on our financial area of our life. How much do we want to see in that account come the end of this year? It needs to be very clear. They say set smart goals. Because without this mental picture, we have no roadmap to guide us. How much am I making? How much am I investing? How much am I keeping aside for rainy days or for sunny days to take advantage of opportunities or when things go belly up? Look at our relationship life. Who are the people that matters in my life? Who are those I keep around? Who are my friends? Who are my colleagues? How do they impact my life? Who are those I long for? Who are those who live the kind of life that I want to live? How do I get close to them? How do I build quality relationships? How do I build seasoned relationships that can stand and survive the test of time? All this needs to be carefully carved out goals that we need to set as young people. What about our career life? Do I just want to go to school, and graduate? So we have people who graduate, and by the time they are leaving school, they know nothing as to what's next in their life. But trust me, these young people have had A grades, B pluses. But because they didn't have a clear career path that they are setting for themselves, when they get done academically, they are done. But that is not supposed to be it. What are personal growth? It shocks me when I come across young people and I say, okay, young people, we don't even keep diaries. We don't have anything that keeps us accountable or we give an account. So how do we get to that position where we become clear and objective about the kind of life that we are living and we look forward to live? It's shocking to know that 9 out of 10 young people have no personal development plan for themselves. See, I would really want to encourage us that as much as we have all these fantasies in our head, we want to go here and go there, have this and have that, be this and be that, it is very pertinent for us to understand that all those can only become a reality when we sit down, have a clear plan, table it down, and be accountable, set a deadline. Because when we wake up in the morning, the question is, what wakes up us from bed? What gives us that inertia? What's that pull? What's that push? What are we going after for? That is why it's no news that some of us settle for jobs where we just get paid enough to keep us going by. And as a result, we give up on our dreams. I was talking to a lady and she told me she works from Sunday to Sunday. She works from 5 p.m. in the evening to 11 a.m. in the morning. And by the time she's coming back, she has to be able to prepare for the children. It means she goes sometimes for roles without even being able to see her loved ones. So I was asking her, so it means you don't go to church? Yes. All right. Not taking it all about religion or, that's on everyone's personal basis. But what about your own set of goals? What about your dreams? And the shocking thing is, how much do you even get paid for this job? 50,000. Whoa. Is it small? No. But is that your worth? That is the big question. It is not your worth. You want more. And how can you even become more? How can you earn more? We can only earn more when we become more. And how do we become more? We become more when we develop ourselves. When we are able to set out time and say, okay, good, this is my academics, this is my family, but this is for me. I need to be able to sit down 2 hours and learn about personal development. Read the biographies of those who are making a difference. Solve and get materials on how I can grow mentally, staying focused, building a set of critical thinking, a discipline in problem solving, and coordination, working with relationships, coordination, being able to know that we can put these resources and put these people and give this set of rules and they work by and we can achieve this overall result. So without being able to set clear achievable goals with a time frame, we'll realize that our life will keep going around in circles. We'll keep doing the same things over and over, but yet expecting a different result. So, fellow young people, I think it is expedient for us as young people to, number one, it might even start by just getting a diary. It's sad enough how a year would start, people we buy new everything, and we don't start a year with having a folded material where we can put down our plans for that year. Because what actually makes us to be able to tell ourselves, I'm making progress in this year, or I'm failing in this year, if we don't have these goals, these guidelines that act as a yardstick of measurement to tell us where we are going wrong, where we are having it, where our energy needs to be concentrated on, where our resources need to be prioritized, where, without clear set of goals that we set for ourselves, we are already positioning ourselves for failure. So I challenge us as young people, as young Africans, like I always like to put it, it is our sole responsibility to be able to set clear goals for our lives. For those of us who are still lacking at that area, I encourage all of us today to go get a diary. If we can't get one, get an exercise book. Get an old book we used back then in school, or we borrow from our siblings, friends. But let us sit down. Ask ourselves the following question. Where am I in my life? Because it's important that we understand where we are so we can be able to, make plans and provisions to take us to where we want to go. What do I want? Let's pen down different areas of our life. We take them one after another. In my educational life, what do I want? Well, for some, maybe we could be in examination classes or we just want to have a pass. Okay, what kind of quality of pass or scores do I want to have? We take that. So for me to have that, what is required of me? Probably I need to put in extra hours. I need to be able to learn and research on certain materials. I need to be able to go close to one or two people who are good at that area where I am not. What do I want in my financial life? How much money do I want to end the year with? How much money am I spending on my self-development? How much money am I spending on my relationship? How much money am I investing for a better financial life, for my financial freedom tomorrow? We take our relationship life. For those who are in courtships, take a vivid assessment of that relationship. Ask yourself, of what benefit is this relationship to me? What am I bringing on the table? How am I contributing? Because it's funny, we hear people say, we'll be in this relationship for 2 years now, 5 years, 7 years. But to me, it's not about the time spent together. It's about what has been done within that time. I want to say a young man who say, okay, look, I was never in time until when I met this young woman. I just used to spend anyhow until this young man came into my life. I used to just spend until when he came, we could start up a business. Those are the qualities of the things that we look for. We want to, I encourage us to examine those relationships and ask ourselves, who have I become as a result of keeping this person close to me? Let's not see ourselves being more better, and because some certain set of people are in our lives, we find ourselves going down a curve of growth. I used to realize I used to be very conservative. I used to have this amount of money saved, but now I just spend. I just hang out anyhow. We go to places where I don't feel comfortable, but because I am with this person in my life, I am compelled to do so. I think those should be red lights to begin to tell us that relationship, pardon me use the word, could be toxic. But if we don't have clear set of goals as to where we are going, we won't even know who to keep around us. Let's examine every given part of our life to bring us to the realization that if we are not in line with the goals we have set, then we are like a tree without a root. No ship travels without a compass, because those are the guiding lines that sails them seamlessly through the high sea onto their landing destination. It is very important. It is a must do. It is a must go after setting goals for our lives. When I talk of goals, I'm not looking at life only in a week's time to come, only in a month, only in 2 months. But let's set short-term goals. What do I want to do within the course of the week? What do I want to do 1, 2 months, 3 months from now? Where are my resources going to be concentrated? Let's set mid-term goals. 5 years from now, as a young man, maybe I'm single, I want to start up a family. As a young lady, I feel like 5 years from now, I should have been done with my academics. Then I'm open to the job market, or I'm starting up something for myself, for those who are inclined with entrepreneurship. 5 years from now, as a young couple, we should have been able to keep some funds aside to start our own development. Probably we should start raising our own family structure. We should have had 2 kids. I want us to get to that point where we live life intentionally. And how can we live life intentionally? We can only live life intentionally when we have a clear set of goals laid down for our life. If not, the moment you hear someone has traveled to America, I'll be like, whoa, oh boy, see, my life is just waste. I don't hear say that man don't go to America. That man don't go to Mexico. One don't go to Brazil. This man travel to Dubai. We get depressed. But is that really our goal? Ladies and gentlemen, once more, I encourage all of us to take some time out. Think about all what we've gathered from this session and pick up that diary, pick up that pen, and write down those goals. Stay disciplined to them. Put commitments into them. Have an accountability partner, someone who will be accountable to make sure that we go through those goals religiously. Thank you all, as we look forward to see our lives being modified, being improved day by day through this podcast. I remain Mr. Cabin Cyprian, the dreamer, and I dare you to dream. Have an amazing day.